Alright, I am Tahuti Kepura Iteru. Now, on this video, I want to say Melanin is a monster. Now, let's deal with this right here. Now, I want to do something a little different right here. Normally, I wouldn't do a video like this. I want to try something out right here. So now, Melanin is a monster. So now I want to set the preface for this video right here. I want to set the premise right here. So now, you know, in my other videos I've dealt with, you know, the demonology, the demons, and Satanism. I wanted to set the premise right here. So now humans are actually demons right here. Humans are actually demons, right? As the physical world was created as a way to, as a prison for the demons, these demonic entities right here, right? But again, as we know now, as I've mentioned in my other video, demon is really the daemon, and the daemon now we're dealing with, it's got nothing to do with the whole good and the evil as you know it, right? But again, we're talking about beings and entities before we're talking before God even existed right here. We're talking about these primal beings right here, these primal entities. That's the demon that we're talking about right here, right? So we're talking about this monster right here. So now, if you were to type in demon on Google, right, or just search by a regular image of demon, this is what you would get. A type of monster, type of this entity right here, this type of grotesque creature. But what I want to say in this video is that this is actually the true divinity. This is what divinity would look like. Let me deal with this. Let me explain this. So now, if you take a demon, or if you take, not a demon, if you take a divine entity, a divinity, and you trap it into a physical body, right? This is how it would look. This is what happens, because the physical is the grotesque. The physical body is grotesque to a divine entity that is unlimited capacity, right? That's unlimited capacity, just can do anything, limitless. And when you trap it into the realm of limit, when you trap a divine light into and limit it to the electromagnetic spectrum, this is how it would look, all grotesque, all ugly, and because the physical is ugly, right? The human is ugly to the divinity, to the true divinity. You see, the human is ugly. So this is what it is right here. It's the monster. This is how it would look. It will look all grotesque. It will look all monster. It will look all, you know, like a monstrosity, because this is what the physical body is. It's a monstrosity to a true divinity. So a lot of these demon stuff, that's the true divinity. So now when you see the angels now, and they're looking all beautiful, they're looking all bright, that's actually the demiurge, a lesser entity, a subordinate entity. That's what the God image is. That's what God is. That's why when you see these God images now, it's all these angelic entities with the wings, and it's all beautiful, all the light. That's actually a falsehood. Those are the real demons, because they're tricking you with beauty and all this beauty and all this elegance, which is what those are actually lesser entities, because a true higher entity would actually look grotesque in the physical. So when they're showing you all these beautiful angels with the white wings and all these different things, that's actually the demiurge. That's the trickery, and that's the subordinate entity, the lesser entity. Those are the real demons, quote unquote demons, if you want to look at it from that aspect. So again, the true divinity is these monstrosities, is this grotesque looking beings right here. These are the true divinity. So that's how, and then that's what you're dealing with now when you go into, and this also goes into, you know, the Goetia and the lesser key of Solomon, things like that. Those are actually the true divinity right here. That's the real stuff. You see what I'm saying? It looks so grotesque. It looks so ugly because the physical is ugly. The physical body is ugly to true divinity, right? So that's what I want to deal with. So I want to set the premise right there. That's the premise. Now I want to show you how Melanin is a monster. So now I chosen this specific character right here from the movie Batman vs Superman. Now this creature right here, and this creature was created based on some type of scientific experiment, and it was created essentially from a dead alien. Now we're getting into some stuff right here. A dead alien, an alien that used to exist, an alien that used to be all powerful and all, you know, all creative and all this power. But now this dead alien, now you have this monster. Now we're going into what Melanin is right here. So now we're going into it right here. So now in this movie now, this monster is unstoppable. It's undefeatable. You see what I'm saying? It's unstoppable, right? And when they were attacking it with all these bombs and all these attacks, and in fact those bombs actually made him stronger. They even nuked this monster They nuked it, but it got stronger. It grew stronger. That's what melanin is. Melanin is that monster, that unstoppable monster. You throw everything at it. You throw all these things at it, and it grows even stronger. It just keeps on growing. That's what melanin is. This monstrous and this monstrosity. You see what I'm saying? You just keep throwing anything at it, and it just keeps on getting stronger. You see what I'm saying? That's what melanin is right here. That's what this monster is. The monster. You see what I'm saying? Melanin is the nightmare. That's what melanin is. You see what I'm saying? The nightmare, the dark night of the soul. Now we're dealing with some stuff right here. So melanin is the monster. So when you see these movies and stuff, you see this monster. No, that's you. You see what I'm saying? That's what you are. But again, it looks so evil. It looks so grotesque because the physical is grotesque. The physical body is grotesque. This is why it looks like a monstrosity, right? So melanin is the monster. Now I want to show you how. I want to go deep into this right here. I want to show you how to actually activate the melanin right here. I want to show you how it works. So now melanin, you've heard this before. You've heard me say, Bobby say, you've heard all these different scholars say this. Melanin works under stress, right? We've heard people say this, but it's not just the stress. Melanin needs the struggle. Melanin needs the limitation. Melanin needs the captivity. That's what melanin needs, right? That's the nature of melanin. It needs the captivity. It needs the pressure. It needs somebody just to hold it back. When you hold melanin back, that's when it learns. That's when it grows. That's when it adapts. That's the nature of this melanin, the monster. It gets stronger when you hold it back. When you pin it down, you're just making it stronger. That's what melanin is. So I want to show you how to activate this right here. So now melanin is activated through the dark side. You see what I'm saying? That's Darth in the Tree of Life right here. You see what I'm saying? The dark side right here. Now we're getting into some stuff right here. Right? So melanin is activated through the dark side. Now what do I mean by this? I'm talking about the dark side of your own personality. I'm talking about the dark side of your own mind right here. Right? So again, you gotta start tapping into the darker side of your personality, the darker side of your own emotions. That's how you awaken the melanin. You awaken the melanin through the pain. The pain awakens the melanin. You see what I'm saying? So again, this is right, no coincidence now. From pain now, all these different things that are coming out, the music, the artwork, all these things that are coming out. You see what I'm saying? I know it's from my own experience. When I'm in pain, sometimes when I'm I'm in distress, the solutions start coming out. You see what I'm saying? I feel like, it's over, we can't do it, we're finished. I'm distressed. That's when the solutions come. You see what I'm saying? So you have to put yourself in this stressful situation. You have to put your mind in this stressful situation. You got to go into the dark side. You know what I'm saying? You got to cry once in a while. You see, that's how melanin works. You know what I'm saying? You got to let that emotion out. Let that, you see what I'm saying? Let that distress take over you. And when that takes over you, then melanin will take over. That's how it works, right? So how you know your melanin is working is, if you're not distressed or just completely distressed, it's over. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to use the word suicidal, but if that's the only word we can use at this particular time, then we'll go with that one. If you're not at that type of panic type of level, at least once a year, then your melanin ain't working properly, right? Because again, we're talking about a divinity that's trapped in the physical. The physical is the prison for the soul, so it's trapped. You want to get out, right? So you're supposed to be, if you're not going with at least distress, you want to get out, the physical, this and that, you don't have these type of thoughts at least once a year, that your melanin isn't working properly, right? Your melanin isn't activated, right? If you're not feeling sick, right, at least once a month, at least, just something doesn't just make you sick, then your melanin isn't working properly, right? So again, the physical is grotesque, the physical is ugly to divinity. Right, the physical is ugly to true divinity. So if you're not sick at least once a month, then your melanin isn't working properly, right? So these are the keys. We've got to understand what it is. It's a divinity that's trapped in the physical, a divine light that's being forced to express itself through the limitations of the electromagnetic spectrum. So it's going to look ugly. It's going to look grotesque, right? So again, so going back to it, now melanin is the monster. The more you throw it, it just keeps adapting. It just keeps growing. It needs the limitation. It needs to be pinned down. It needs to be held back, right? And how you activate that, you got to put yourself in that situation. You got to put yourself in that limitation state, that mind state. You got to make it so that, in your mind, the only thing that your mind, you got to put it in your mind that I'm trapped. I can't get out. What do I do? I'm distressed. I'm just distressed. And that's when the solutions come, you see. It happens to me from my own experience. I'm thinking, what do we do next? What do we do from here? I'm all distressed. I'm panicking. Wake up the next morning. Now the solutions are here. I'm going to come out with some new stuff right here. You know what I'm saying? That's what melanin is. It's the monster. Alright, black people, just a quick video right here. Melanin is a monster. You know what I'm saying? It's alright, black people. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you took some good information from this. Alright, black people. Thanks for watching.